Hi, my name is Rosa. I'm gonna be talking about my past experience and life about machismo.
Was there ever a time that you tried to get help? And if so, where did you go?
Yeah, I actually did go get help. I called hotlines and talked to them about the situation that was going, but I never felt like they were helping me with anything. I also went to a community location here in my town, but I was going to therapy with them with behavioral and talking about everything that was going on. But it was just a waste of time for me. I felt like everything that they would tell me to do, he wouldn't change. It wasn't going anywhere where I wanted it to go.
What do you wish you could have done differently in this relationship?
The only one thing that I really wish I could have done differently in this relationship was leave as soon as he started acting like that, because I was not wrong. I never did anything wrong, and he was making me feel like if I was doing everything wrong.
How do you feel now that things have changed?
Now that things have changed, I feel very happy and I don't feel so low in my life anymore. I actually wake up with energy to do stuff, looking forward to what the new day has for me, and just I feel great and I love myself again.
How are you doing mentally?
Mentally, I was not in a good situation. I was like in a really, really dark spot in my life, and I also wasn't going to I didn't want to be social with anyone. I didn't want anyone to be around me. I didn't want people to be asking me how I was doing because I didn't want to tell them everything, and I didn't know what to say to them anymore.
How are you doing physically?
So physically, it wasn't great at all either. I started losing a lot of weight. I stopped eating because I felt like I wasn't good enough or what he expected of me. I wanted to be better, but that I shouldn't have been like that.
Who was there to support you and help you get through this issue?
The support system that I had was my friends and my family, but in reality, not all my family was helping me because I grew up in a really like Mexican household, and some of my family think machismo is okay, or they just don't believe in it, and they think it's normal for them to act like that. But in reality, we know that that is not normal, and it's mental issues that can go depression and all this other stuff. It can affect you.
Why did you stay and accept this issue?
The reason why I stayed and accept this issue is because he was my first love. Well, I thought it was my first love, but in reality, it wasn't. He was making, to me, he made me feel special and wanted and appreciated, and I never felt that by anyone else. But in reality, it wasn't what love should be. And it took me a while to realize that I cannot be in a relationship like that where I'm getting abused like that.
What are some of the challenges you faced?
Some of the challenges I faced was learning how to self-love myself again. And in reality, I was used to having a partner all the time with me and having him, but he wasn't someone I needed. I actually learned that I had to be myself and being single and that I'm strong by myself. And that's the only love that you actually need.
How did this issue affect your relationship with your friends and family?
It affected my relationship with my friends because they were always there. They were just there for me all the time when I needed them. And with my family, it was the opposites. Half of my family was there for me and telling me to leave him and not to go back with him because they knew what was going on. But the other half of my family was like, no, that's okay. Stay with him. He's not doing nothing wrong. It's normal. Why are you worrying about it when you shouldn't be?
Were you ever under the impression that no one knew what was going on at home?
Yeah, my family would always ask me how was I doing, how my household going on and everything, but I would always lie to them because I didn't want them to know what was going on. I didn't want them to start hating him for who he was because I wanted them to see the good side of him, with the side that I fell in love with him. But it wasn't going to be like that anymore because they knew something was wrong to them.
As of now, what regrets do you have?
The regrets that I have is being in a relationship with him for 5 years because he made me feel so miserable. Those 5 years were the worst years of my life, and I would never want to be in a situation like that with him again or anyone else treating me like that.
How would you define machismo now?
I would define machismo now as a guy tried to control you and he wants to know where you're at all the time. He needs to make sure that you're doing stuff the way that he wants to, and if you're not doing the wrong, you have to fix it and do it how he likes to. He wants to be in charge of everything that you do, your life, who you are.
What made you realize it was time to leave?
I knew it was time to leave when I realized how it was affecting me. It was affecting my family. It was affecting everyone in general. I started going through depression. I started noticing my hair was falling out. I didn't eat. I was forcing myself to do stuff. I was always in bed. I was just I didn't have any energy to do anything, and I didn't want anyone to be around me because I was suffering a lot at that time.
Where did you meet him?
So I met him on Tinder. We were talking for a year before we actually made it official. But throughout that whole year, it was like a lovey-dovey relationship. You know, like the first lovey when you guys just go out to eat all the time. He brings you flowers, chocolate, makes you feel special, takes you wherever you want. But then after that, when I got to the second year of meeting him, when we became a couple and in a relationship, it just went straight downhill. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to.
What words did he tell you? And how did he treat you to be at your lowest?
So the word that he told me is that there's more girls out there that are better than me, that I need to step up, that I'm not doing everything that's good enough, and that my standards were not where he wanted or what should have been met. And also, he made me delete my social media account. He took over my phone and everything, and he didn't want me to have contact with anyone unless he gave me the permission to talk to them.
How long has this machismo issue been happening?
This issue has been happening for 5 years when I was with him in a relationship, but now I'm glad that I am not going through that again.